Hello, hello. Good morning. Hopefully, you can hear me over the sound of this passing plane. So, for our mindfulness short guided meditation this morning, I thought it would be fitting to change up my perspective as that is what we are thinking about today. So, let any situation, let any experience, anything come to mind as we begin to think about the fact that sometimes our perspective is limited when we only view it from one certain way of thinking. A lot of times I feel like this happens when we get too caught up in these small little details and we forget to kind of zoom out and see the situation as a whole. But if we're able to take a step back, see this whole experience as a big, wide, overviewing thing, we can see the entire thing. Sometimes that allows us to see it in a new light, or just have this feeling kind of openness and lightness, and being more open to the possibility of seeing it in a different way. Maybe that might not happen right now in this moment, but opening your mind to take a step back, dial it back, remove yourself from the situation can sometimes help you to remove emotional ties to any of these thoughts you may be having. And at least for myself, in my personal experience, sometimes it helps me view the situation as from a more logical viewpoint, instead of being so emotionally tied. So if anything came up for you as we begin to think about that, just see where that takes you. Let it in, open yourself up, but try to maybe let it float in front of you and see if you can distance yourself a little bit from it and see if that helps you view it in a different way. Yes. New perspectives are honestly, I feel like, what life is all about. That's what we're trying to achieve most of the time, just to be open to what others have to say, because your viewpoint is based entirely on your past experiences, your past narrative, your whole life narrative, and somebody else can view the same exact experience or situation you're thinking about in a completely different light. And it's always good to keep ourselves open to hearing these and thinking about different perspectives. That garners a lot more love and acceptance and compassion for everybody else. If we're able to step back and maybe view the situation from somebody else's perspective, you can actually put yourself in their shoes, maybe see where they're coming from, and it just might loosen the reins on some judgment or resentment we may be carrying, maybe that we don't even know we're carrying for certain individuals or things. So the end of the ramble is near, and if you haven't already, you can join me in finding a comfortable seat where we can connect to our bodies by using our breath to tie us into this moment right now, especially on a Monday before we begin a new week. Last week was a holiday week if you're here in the States, so this week might be a little bit more tough to get back into the routine. So find some love for yourself today, a few moments to just be with yourself before we have to rush off and do things. Feeling the breath, allowing it to draw yourself into this moment. Finding some stillness, allowing your breath to just naturally flow in and out. No need to force it, no need to make the exhales or inhales any longer or shorter. Meet yourself where you're at this morning. Feel whatever it is you need to feel. Maybe allowing any stuck or stagnant energy to kind of lift up, move along, maybe even move out. Breathe in the fresh new day. Maybe finding a little bit of comfort with the soothing sound of your own voice, helping you to return back home, home to your own body, your own skin, your own way of thinking, your own perspective. Knowing that it is unique to yourself. And that in itself is powerful. Maybe we begin to notice anything we feel or smell. As we begin to come back into the body and into your environment. Opening the eyes gently if we found them closed. Maybe taking a peek around wherever you are. Noticing something you didn't notice before. Still finding yourself in the here and the now. Before we take one last big breath together, I invite you now to set an intention for your day or your week. Something you would like to keep in mind for yourself. The first thing that comes to mind. Maybe you want to say it out loud. I am open to receive all possibilities and all perspectives. That's mine. Maybe you want to choose mine or find one that resonates more with your own heart. And we can find one big breath in, saying our mantra, our affirmation in your head if you have one, or just feeling the breath. And exhale. Expel all the air out. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today, for beginning your day with a few moments to yourself. Precious, precious time here. I look forward to the next time I see you on or off the mat. Have a great week ahead, my friends. Find some new perspectives.